The following is a presentation of TFNN. Live at TFNN, the Power Trading Hour, with your host, David White. Now, the author of The Path of Least Resistance and the Tech Insider, David White.
And it is February 1st. 2013, another gorgeous day at the headquarters of Technical Trading and Investing, TFNN.com. And just a gorgeous day out there. The last 2 days have been gorgeous, but wind's been blowing about 40 or 50. Today it's a beautiful day out and no wind, or at least very little wind. Still cool down here. Didn't get to turn my air on today. It's always a neat day to turn your air conditioning on and down in Florida. And just a little too cool for us. But who knows. Anyway, we're going to have a great day. On this day in 1884, the first portion of the Oxford English Dictionary was published, considered the most comprehensive and accurate dictionary of the English language. Probably for the next 120 or 30 years, kids were cursing the invention of the Oxford dictionary because they were always told to look it up in the dictionary. Now we don't have to do that anymore. Our Word looks it up, and we've got the thesaurus and a dictionary online. There's no looking it up. It's hopefully you're getting close enough to find the word. But in my youth, misspent youth, a lot of looking up words in the dictionary. Being somewhat dyslexic, not always the best thing, but led me to learn some new words. But always been kind of a mystery. I work very well with computers, never worked very well with things like actual written books. So I guess this was the right time for me to come along, except probably Facebook, because I just don't get putting down everything I'm doing, everywhere I'm going. Maybe I'm a little bit more of a private person than one would think, but who knows. But anyway, it's only been around for, what, 130 years, something like that, 135, 139, whatever. But I guess probably won't have books in paper very much longer. Of course, everybody's getting ready for the El Plato Supremo. That is the word we have to use, so we don't have to pay 50 or 100 bucks to the El Plato Supremo people with their big game on Sunday. Of course, everybody in advertising wants to talk about the big game on Saturday or Sunday, but can't really talk about it. Me, I'm not a big fan of football. I grew up where they basically ran it up the middle 3 times and then punted it on 4th down. So it'll be awful tough for me to ever believe that it'll be, to me it's just, maybe I'll watch it, maybe I won't. You know, much more interesting, the Puppy Bowl on Animal Planet. They've got kitten cheerleaders and a hedgehog for an umpire and hamsters for the people in the dirigible. But I don't know, I could probably watch that all day long. Before I moved back to South down here, if I was having a bad day, there was a place that was a puppy store. And you could go in there and play with the puppies all day long. They were all pretty much on the floor. And if I was having a bad day, I'd just go in there, buy my next leash or a collar for the dog I had. Just go in there and sit down with some puppies. Probably nothing better. Make you feel a little bit better. Got the little puppy breath. Anyway, I always look forward to Puppy Bowl. And, of course, I've got a bun in the oven, a miniature German Schnauzer. Should be born about the 15th or 18th of February. And get him about 6 weeks later. So I'll be very happy to be a Schnauzer parent yet again. After having Schnauzers for about 18 years, I found myself puppyless here this last year. Been working with El Diablo and getting him ready for adoption. Well, I kind of waited till all the bad feelings of losing my old puppy were gone. Anyway, when we look at the markets out here, not a whole lot going on. I actually am short the S&P kind of probably right close to where I need to be out here. But we'll have to see how this market closes. But not a big loss or anything if we take it here. I'm up, about 7 to 8 points over where I shorted the marketplace, or at least the S&P. Not a big deal so far. I'm seeing a lot of markets out here, let me put it this way, a lot of stocks going lower, some higher on a lighter volume, but certainly looks like a lot of blow-off tops in some of the stocks that we've been tracking. On Tuesday, covered a DDD short. What did we get? About 12 bucks out of that one. There's some other ones that are very set up to have very minor gains or huge losses. I'll sit on that side, even if I have to take some small losses here. The market's getting extremely frothy. I've seen this now 2 times in earnest. That was in the dot-com craze of 2000 in my trading career, and also the highs of 2007, where no one believed anything bad could happen. We're about as frothy as both of those times. You can normally see it, and most people, especially the 2000 one, have literally no idea. And figuratively, no, it would be literally, have no idea what the dot-com bust and takeoff was. But if you can imagine Netflix happening on a regular basis, i.e. coming out with earnings, popping 60, 70, 80 bucks, going down 80 bucks a week later, popping 50 bucks down 20 bucks. I don't think a lot of people actually have any idea. They look at stocks like RIM that they think, oh, it's up 100% since the low. And of course, then it drops 4 bucks in it like a rock. This is exactly how the markets at the top act. They are very frothy. You have to have a lot of grit to hold them short, and be willing to take and find the best stocks to be short, because the indexes can always continue to go up a little higher. We've got 2.7 billion shares so far. We needed about 5.2 billion shares at a minimum. So we're going to be coming in probably at about 3.2, 3.4 billion shares at the end of the day on the consolidated tape. We're going to be way, way short on volume, and I think we've got a few other little sectors out here that are blowing off tops at the same time. Added some things to the market today, and I think are 2 more positions short. And I think they're going to do well, but I think we're fairly close. A lot of times I show the summation index, and we're probably seeing a little bit of money come in today for fund buying. Again, we covered that yesterday, but probably be over by Tuesday. Already seeing some of the stocks that I have short roll over. And what do we got? I got one off 0.5%, another one 3.5% today. I think eventually we'll probably have a 20% move down like we saw in something like DDD or something like that. There's some big moves and fast moves, I think, coming on the way down. But just a total lack of and complacency out here, which I always like to be on the short side, because it seems like when everybody gets all full of hubris, they are the first to get smacked down. The VIX is 12.74 today, and anytime you're around that VIX and you've got an implied volatility of something like 30, 35 on the underlying, it's almost always cheaper to own puts and calls than actually get into owning the actual underlying equity. Of course, the thing is always to minimize your risk, and right now buying puts and calls is probably the best. But I'm on the put side right now. But even if you wanted to be long, I would recommend looking at least some kind of downside protection in your long position. It's cheap enough now not to, it's like insurance. If it's cheap enough for your house, why wouldn't you have it to avoid it? And certainly I think a lot of these positions could do well in it. We consider, what else do we have out here? Did I finish my discussion of the El Plato Supremo and the 50-1ers and the Baltimore Blackbirds? Don't know. Anyway, got to find out all these ways of not talking about them at all. Anyway, we're looking at RIM. We've talked about that. I think someone called up yesterday. Still seeing a little bit of pullback on a day like this. You want to see these stocks really start to move, and you are not seeing that in a lot of these stocks. Apple up 42 cents on a day like this. When you see RIM, when you see things like Facebook's off almost 3% today. You've got to wonder. These stocks are not going anywhere in a big hurry. Even Microsoft, which is kind of a dog, up at least 1.7% today. A lot of short positions out there. Just make sure if you are shorting something that it doesn't have very high short interest. Those are all natural buyers on the way down, and an easy way for you to get stopped out as they take you to the woodshed if you're on the wrong side. We talked a little bit about last week about what is it here? Let me get it up and running. About Herbalife. The question was whether or not Icahn was going to be right in his short, at least in the short term. What is it? HLF, I think. Herbalife. Seeing that again back down again today. There was a little short squeeze from Icahn last week on Ackerman. Of course, these are a couple of the titans of Wall Street. Really recommend reading Reminiscence of a Stock Operator. It's available for $10-12 on Amazon. But we're at the point here now where he's going to need to be right and make sure that this is not an ABC up, which would probably be kind of tough for him. But I think he's got a good case out here, maybe at least coming back to 24. He says he's going to hold his short position for a couple of years and has about $1 billion. But last week's pop-up on last Friday, really shows just how much egos can be. But at least Ackerman, who I think is probably on the right side in the long term, and Icahn was just coming by to try to scalp a few bucks off. Probably didn't have quite as large a position. You've got a high volume low. There's every chance that low is going to get retested out here, and that's at 24.24 for HLF. Again, when anybody else has such a big position on it, I pretty much steer clear, but we can take a look at it. Somebody says, I listen to Icahn and Ackerman. Words to Live on Siriuswood Drive. What a hoot. Yeah, it was probably the best audio. And if you, I'm sure you can go to CNBC's website and or Google it and find it. But they spent the whole hour with a really nasty food fight. We talked about it last Friday. But it's probably well worth watching. And read Reminiscence of a Stock Operator, because it's nothing new. But back in the olden days, it was always these big titans of Wall Street pushing the markets around, and we're getting a little bit of that yet again. So we'll keep an eye on it. But anyway, what else do we have going on? Oh, we got a break going on. Give me a call, 877-927-6648, 877-927-6648. We've got a double odd, because I was gone on Tuesday. We're going to be giving away a little more silver today, and we'll be talking about that when we come back.
What type of investor are you? Conservative, moderate, or aggressive? No matter your investor personality, your overall portfolio should reflect your financial goals, time horizon, and your risk tolerance. Help ensure your portfolio is appropriately invested with an asset allocation plan from Morgan Stanley Wealth Management. Simply picking the right stocks is not enough. Research has shown that choosing the right proportions of stocks, bonds, and cash is essential to the success of your long-term investments. Morgan Stanley believes a carefully selected portfolio can lower volatility and increase investment return potential. Find out about what an asset allocation and a Morgan Stanley Wealth Management financial advisor can do for you. Call Angela O'Brien, First Vice President and Financial Planner of the Clearwater, Florida branch at 727-441-6108 today to discuss your personal financial needs. Asset allocation does not assure a profit or protect against loss in declining financial markets. Investments and services are offered through Morgan Stanley Wealth Management, LLC. Member SIPC.
with the launch of Tiger TV. TFNN has brought our programming to the next level. With Tiger TV, you can gain access to each host's charts and computer screens as they host their daily stock program. Whether it's Tom O'Brien, Steve Rhodes, Basil Chapman, Ken Shreve, David White, Larry Pesavento, Victor Jones, or Daryl Martin, you can catch all of our technicians hosting their programs live and archived on Tiger TV for your viewing pleasure 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. If you haven't checked out Tiger TV, then visit TFNN.com and see what you're missing.
You take a hands-on approach to managing your investment strategy. You're always looking for the next trading opportunity to magnify your perspective. Direction Shares connects sophisticated traders with a powerful array of ETFs from a wide range of asset classes. The markets may go up and down, and you want tools for both sides of the trade. Discover how we can help at DirectionShares.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction Shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction Shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction Shares at 800-851-0511. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors employing dynamic strategies. Investors in the fund should understand the consequences of seeking daily investment results, understand the risk of shorting, and intend to actively monitor and manage their investments. Distributor Foresight Fund Services, LLC.
Many of our new listeners have heard about the Tiger's Den, but wondered, what exactly is it? The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of your favorite TFNN shows, plus see all the charts as they happen live during those shows, and have access to all those charts. You can test drive the Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days. It will greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets. Details on the Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com.
TFNN is proud to partner with Great Panther Silver for another exciting silver coin giveaway. The Great Panther Silver Super Silver Giveaway begins the week of January 28th and we'll be choosing 47 lucky winners. It's free to enter with absolutely no strings attached. Just visit the front page of TFNN.com today to fill out your entry form. Every hour that we're on the air, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. the week of January 28th, we'll be randomly choosing one lucky winner that will win a silver coin or bar from Great Panther Silver and TFNN. And the final hour of the week, Friday, February 1st, we'll choose 3 lucky winners. That's 47 winners in just 1 week with over $1,000 in silver given away to our loyal listeners. Register today by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. And for more information on Great Panther Silver, you can click on their banner on the front page of TFNN.com or check them out on the NYSE Amex symbol GPL or on the Toronto Stock Exchange symbol GPR.
This segment is brought to you by Goldfields. For more information, just click the Goldfields banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
And we have our first caller on the phone. It's Mark from Colorado Springs. He said. And how you doing today, Mark?
I'm wonderful. How are you?
Pretty good. You're probably going to be a little bit better because you're going to get an ounce of Great Panther Silver.
Hey, that's outstanding.
Are you going to, I guess we've got a couple of the guys headed out to Colorado. Are you going to go see them today? Or I guess tomorrow.
Tomorrow morning, yep.
Tomorrow.
I'm all hooked up, and we're going to be up there tomorrow morning.
Fantastic. Are you playing any stocks today?
Not today. A little busy. I'm not able to look at the market today, so I'm not doing any stocks today.
Okay. It's kind of an interesting day anyway. Anyway, we want to thank you, Mark, and we'll be getting that 1 ounce of Great Panther Silver out to you. You're going to have a nice little silver bar.
Well, I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
You bet. You have a great day. Again, you can call me about other things besides Great Panther Silver at 877-927-6648, 877-927-6648. And yes, we're going to have Tom O'Brien, the great one, out in Colorado, in Denver tomorrow. So I guess there's, if you sign up, do you still have time to sign up today? I think so. You have to go to the front page of TFNN and check it out. But there's still time, I think. So everybody will be happy about that. Anyway, we're looking at the market out here. I was looking for about 5 billion shares. Now, could we grind through it in the next couple of days of fun buying? It's possible. I'm kind of actually fairly happy with my short positions, at least in the stocks. Still continuing to see these roll over fairly good off of highs. Very light volume. In fact, I've got one that has been printing about 1 million shares a day, and it keeps trying to bust out a top. It's got about 250,000 so far today. So as long as I come into these highs with 20-25% volume, even if the market's moving higher, going to be kind of hard to get me out of these positions. Of course, the S&P's something else. It's easy to start a short squeeze, especially in things like the Dow. 30 stocks, 95% institutionally owned. If you want to move them up, move them down, it's not too hard out there. And I don't know if it's indicative of what's actually going out in the marketplace. Of course, we do have fund buying. We went through that yesterday. And always a risk to be short the last couple of days of the month and the first couple of days of the month. But I don't know, kind of a weak effort in a lot of the stocks I'm in. I've got one that's going against me now as far as a sector. But we'll see how it plays out Monday. I'm willing to, as long as we continue to see very light volume, give it just a little extra rope out here. What I did want to look at is some of the stocks that we talked about yesterday. The first one was CRR, which is Carbo Ceramics. This one's bouncing up. It's getting ready to, it actually peaked through today, but it's not going to hold that high, it looks like so far, and that is the last major high out here on July 20th that had at $87.45 with 550,000 shares. It's going to have, 4 times that. Now the question is, can it hold above that at the close? And on a day like this with monstrous volume, you should be able to do that and break through it. Same way on the lows when you do it. Now, what I dislike about this is it's got, it probably needs to come back around that $65 mark. We get a nice pullback in this market. Maybe we'll eventually see that. But the risk extends to 65, and this stock is actually fairly bullish. Of course, they make the junk that you put down a oil well and a gas well to frack with. We talked about it yesterday. But still one of the big winners out here on earnings last night. Trying to watch what else we've got going on here. In fact, let me go back and do this real quick. I always have to do a little bit. Was kind of interested in the home builders and how they would do today. We've got MDC up about 3%. We're looking at some of these other ones like Lowe's up 1.3%. In fact, we were talking about that yesterday. Lumber Liquidators, excuse me. See if we can get down here. There we go. Lumber Liquidators. It looks like the volume may pick up. Still probably not enough. What we've been looking at in this is the October 24th high with 2.9 million shares at $58.80. It's gotten to $60.41. But volume continues to be light at these highs. Rylan, it's even off a little bit. We are starting to see that these stocks got a little high. RYL. We had, Sam Zell out last night talking about that he thought there was a high in the housing market, and we've been going through this probably for a week, that these things look awful stretched. Saw Ryland Group peak at $43 yesterday, and continuing to show a little weakness out here today. I think this thing could easily get back down to that probably $36 range. Maybe that'll be the next time to actually step in.
Just recently, on December 28th, Market Insight subscribers were advised to go long the QQQ, the NASDAQ 100 ETF, on December 28th at $63.91, and only 2 trading days later, after a huge jump in the markets, Market Insight subscribers were advised to sell the QQQ at $66.64 for a $2.73 or 4.27% profit to start off 2013. At the same time, Tom O'Brien had advised his clients looking for a more leveraged trade that they could have initiated a position in the QLD, the ProShares Ultra QQQ ETF, and over the same 2 trading days, Market Insight subscribers were able to lock in a $4.48 profit or an 8.47% gain in just 1 trade. Get your 2-week free trial to Market Insights today by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Cancel at any time during your free trial and pay nothing. Don't miss out on the next great trading opportunity in 2013. Act today. If you're an investor looking for a great weekly investment newsletter, then now is the perfect time to try out Ken Shreve's Ultimate Growth Stocks. Every Tuesday, Ken breaks down multiple sectors in his weekly newsletter, Ultimate Growth Stocks, with a full in-depth report including specific trading recommendations within his model portfolio, charts, sector analysis, upcoming economic data, along with intra-week trading updates on newsletter positions whenever the market dictates. Right now, you can receive a full month, that's 30 days, to evaluate Ken's newsletter free of charge to see if it fits your trading plan. At less than $75 per month, Ken provides you with his expert trading advice that can pay for itself in no time. Take advantage of this great offer by signing up for a 30-day free trial to Ken Shreve's Ultimate Growth Stocks today. Don't let this offer pass you by. Visit the front page of TFNN.com and sign up now. Daryl Martin coined the phrase diagnostic trading, and we're happy to announce that his Diagnostic Box Spread Analyzer has finally been released. The Diagnostic Box Spread Analyzer helps you easily identify the best box spreads on Nadex in seconds, plus you receive access to the diagnostic deviation levels, as well as step-by-step training videos teaching you how to trade Nadex spreads so you can quickly master the mechanics of this simple yet powerful trading instrument. By pulling live data from the Nadex exchange, the Diagnostic Box Spread Analyzer does all the math for you, calculating risk, reward potential, distance to break even for both outright spreads and spreads used to hedge the underlying market. Visit the front page of TFNN.com today to get your 2-week free trial to Daryl Martin's Diagnostic Box Spread Analyzer and gain access to the valuable information it can provide when trading the Nadex box spreads. Has the current market volatility continued to stop you out of trades when the market spikes against you? Now is the perfect time to open up an account with Nadex. Nadex, the North American Derivatives Exchange, is a brand new, completely regulated Chicago-based exchange, and unlike most other exchanges, Nadex allows you to trade directly through them with direct market access when using their completely free trading platform, which also features real-time charts and full customization capability. One of the advantages of trading with Nadex in volatile markets is that your risk is always capped and you have the ability of keeping your trades open even when the market spikes against you. Nadex is completely brand new with a line of unique trading products that are unavailable anywhere else. See how it works at nadex.com. That's NADEX.com. Or click on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Futures and options trading involves risk and may not be appropriate for all investors.
This segment is brought to you by Crocodile Gold. For more information, just click the Crocodile Gold banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
As we come back, we're going to look at a few other stocks here in this segment, but we've got some business to do, and that's with Lynn from Clearwater. How are you doing today, Lynn?
Oh, just fine, thank you.
Well, do you think you can you could handle another ounce of Great Panther Silver for us today?
Oh, that is wonderful. Thank you so much.
We'll be getting that out to you. Are you trading any stocks these days?
Yes, I do. I've been following Tom O'Brien for about 6 years now.
Cool. So you long housing right now or anything?
No, not that part.
Okay. Gold?
A little bit.
A little bit of gold. Mm-hmm. Well, good enough for you. We're going to be sending this out right away, so you'll have 1 ounce of silver.
And my goodness, a whole ounce?
A whole ounce.
Thank you so much.
All week long it's been a half an ounce, but we're giving away an ounce today. And have you ever been to see a one of those soothsayers, or what do they call it, like a gypsy lady or anything?
When I was a teenager.
Now, I kind of always remember in the movies it was always cross my palm with silver.
We did that. We had silver dollars, and we gave her, I think it was $6 silver at the time. You
wonder how those things get started, but I guess back at one point silver was probably the only universal money.
And I want you to know, everything she said, nothing happened.
But you had a good time.
We absolutely did.
Okay. Well, you have a great day, and of course, I know you're going to have a great day because it's a beautiful day in Clearwater.
Well, that's for sure. We have the best weather in the country.
You bet. Well, you have a great day. We're going to go back to, going to have a little bit more to look at here. Anyway, you have a great day.
Thank you so much.
You bet. So, what else we have going on here? We were looking at C-Trip. It's kind of the, what would you call it, the price line of China, CTRP. I've been very aware of these stocks. It got pounded over a couple of days on huge volume down to 1901. It's getting its little bounce out of here, and I bet it's probably, what do we got? It's done a 0.58 retracement. And it's getting right back into the gap down, so probably fairly strong resistance. Of course, it wasn't able to hold its high of the day back into that gap. We are looking lower out here. If you were looking at an ABC down, it would take you to $16.56. Going to be a little tough out here. Oh, wanted to actually load some of these and see what we had, and see how they were doing. Some of the ones that were interesting me out here today, entering resistance levels, was Kohl's Corporation, KSS, and of course that's the retailer. They've just now started to get back into the region where it's coming down on heavy volume. That is the 29th of November, came out, said they were going to have a disappointing Christmas, came down on 20.5 million shares. We're coming back into this, and again, this is the stocks that I'm probably not going to be too bad about being short on, that are coming back into these gaps with this minute volume. In the case of Kohl's, the last 3 days, 3.2 million, 3.4 million, and 2 million shares so far today. So we'll have to wait till the end of the day, but a lot of these stocks are lining up, probably setting up a retrace, and this is another one that has that high volume low out at $41.35, where you need this thing to pull back in on light volume to think about buying it, setting up again. What else do we have out here? Oh, we've got a call, and it's Max from Houston on the VIX. How you doing today, Max?
I'm doing just fine, David. The question I had, I was listening to the on Tiger TV, and as you earlier said, we're expecting the market to roll over and, go lower potentially. And my question is that the VIX dropped substantially today, so isn't that pushes off the market going down maybe a few weeks or maybe months?
No.
Since it seems to be so, there's no fear.
There's no fear, but that's, I always want to make asymmetrical bets, and one of the ones that one of the books that I love is Fooled by Randomness by Nassim Taleb. Always a good read, but the question is, can you make just a little bit more money tomorrow? Can you make just a little bit more money the day after that? And the answer is yes, but what happens is something comes right out of the blue. You never know what it is, and the wheels just fall off. Now, to me, I'm short a couple of stocks now, and I've got some puts that I bought on some others. I would rather stay short those. When you look at what I covered this week, which is a short on DDD, there's a lot of these stocks out here that have just blown off the highs with huge volume. And that's never a good thing. And why I love the company, a lot of times these companies are just getting way ahead of where they are financially for their for the company. So when I look at these things, I just don't see any reason to be long where you can stop out for 5 or 10 points on the S&P on the upside. The day is going to be out there when you wake up and it's 50 or 75 points down. And, a lot of people don't. To me, when you really make a lot of money in the stock market, it's not like baseball. I mean, it's not like football where you win 16 games in a season and you go to the Super Bowl. It's more like baseball where you hope you get just over 500. And in fact, the difference between batting 275 and 315 is normally about $15 million a year. So and that's only being successful 1 out of 3 times. Most people think the idea is always being successful, and I guess the answer is being successful when it really matters, and that's when these things blow apart. But go ahead.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. So do you think this is happening shortly? Like, we're talking days, weeks?
I'm thinking Monday, Tuesday.
Okay. I was just curious what your time frame is.
Monday,
I'm trying to learn to listen to what you say.
Monday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. We're going to have fun buying Monday and Tuesday. But what has happened is we've already had stocks start to roll over. And I think I showed the summation index earlier this week. And that's a good oscillator for long terms. Now, normally the worst you have is something like we have today, like a 10-point S&P move, not like a 30-point move with lots of volume. So no sign of strength. We continue to see stocks like Apple that can't get out of their way. So and we get a lot of stocks that actually get pounded. They don't have a super short. Someone's saying, look at TWC real quick. But Time Warner, a good example. This thing, is blown apart from $100 2 days ago down to 88. Thanks again, Z and the Den, for bringing that up. For every one of these companies that are like Netflix that blow up $50, $60, you're getting these. You're getting 3 or 4 of them that are taking down 10%. And unfortunately, most people only remember the survivors out there. The press is all running around with their party hats on for Dow 14,000, and that's always when I get the most defensive. Even if I don't make some money, I've won really big a few times in my life. The first time I was able to actually roll through this was when everybody told me the end of the world was coming, and I think the S&P was at 786 in 2003, something in March 2003. I ended up buying Sears Holdings calls, and the thing went. I think I bought them for $1, sold them for $7. But the big moves on these things, everybody is always on one side, and that's what I hate today. I can't really find a lot of people telling me that this is the end. I hear a lot of people talking about the numbers for the GDP and apologizing for them. But I guess there's 2 psychologies, and it's the old thing where someone puts a glass out there. Is the glass half full or half empty?
Yep.
I think everybody's telling me now, even though the glass is only filled halfway, that the glass is totally full.
Yeah, I agree with you.
And that's the problem. Even if I have to lose a little money here, I think at least normally I will lose a little bit to the upside, but there's always this day where you just wake up and Time Warner Cable or DDD or any of these stocks that have led these markets up greatly, and when you see stocks like that led you up like Apple be the first to fail, normally there's a few of them coming back. When you can't see a real huge move in the rest of the technology stocks, normally that means that the rest of the market's not there. And when I see housing stocks be as weak, these things should be taken off like a rocket today. And it looks to me, at the best case, you could say sector rotation. In the worst case, you can say the leaders are ready to turn back down. But this could go sideways Monday, Tuesday. But then fun buying is over. So at that point, I'd be looking at this thing reversing. If we don't see a big move down probably by Wednesday, I'm probably wrong.
Yeah, I understand.
Okay.
Anyway, I just wanted your perspective on the VIX and the rest of the stuff, and I appreciate it great.
Yeah, I tell you what, every time the VIX has been that low, if you're going to make a play, if you're going to be long, you've got to be owning puts to balance the other side out here when it's this cheap. Normally, they're just too expensive to ever play. But if you've got an implied volatility on the underlying that's like 30 or 35, you've got a VIX under 14, you're almost always better getting one of those. Maybe you could have held Time Warner. I didn't look at the puts on that thing. But one thing I do want to bring up on Time Warner, if you are watching on TV, is this little pattern here for 5 days. And I call it sometimes the possum pattern. But that's really a good one. It doesn't really indicate you're going to go one way or the other. coming into something like earnings or news. But what it does mean is when you do get whatever that news is, it is going to be huge. And when you get those, you'll see them a lot, especially in penny stocks, just 4 or 5 days of dojis right in a row.
Yeah.
Very,
well,
very.
that's what I noticed. On a lot of stocks.
Yeah, and when you see that, it's steam really building up. There's a lot of people out there pushing on one side or trying to get out of it, probably in this case, but supporting it at the same time. And when you get this many stocks doing it, I'm always nervous. But probably the best indicator I've been out there, hang up, let me bring it up here, MZ, Clell, hang on a second, I'm summation, index, and stock charts. See if I can find it. I'm looking something up here for you right here as I tap dance. See if I can find it. Well, I can't find it at the moment. I was going to bring up the summation index, which is the oscillator, and it's
oscillator.
Yeah, and if you're talking about broad markets, the thing's been down 2 days. It'll probably flatten out today, but probably one of the better indicators. If you're going to take a shot short and you see that thing crack, you're normally within about 7 days of the market truly cracking, or you can just say, hey, I'm wrong, and we'll take a look higher. But I'm looking Monday or Tuesday, and should be no longer than Wednesday. But I have a feeling that we're probably going to have Monday and Tuesday flat, that today is the day they pop this market up. They're going to try to sell to those funds at the highest price possible, and then the thing rolls over.
All right. Well, I really appreciate your insight. I really enjoy your show, too, very much.
Thank you very much, Max. Anyway, you can always give me a call like Max did at 877-927-6648. Going to look at a few other stocks. Wanted to look through some of the earnings. We talked about Carbo Ceramics. Citrix Systems, it kind of jumped up on earnings, not doing much today. Dow, wanted to look at some of these out here. Dow, not contributing. Energizer Holdings, still up here at these highs. Very light volume, though, out here. Energizer ENR, another one up here, up at the top. 2 days ago, it did 660,000. Looked like we're about half that tonight. Facebook really couldn't get much going out here today. It's rolling over. JDSU, kind of wanted to watch this one. This one actually is getting close, and we brought that up. Let me get a little longer time frame up here. This thing's getting awful close. Needs about 3 cents higher on Monday, and it had a lot of volume into yesterday. Today's not quite coming into there, but I want to be looking at some of these stocks to give me a good idea of how this market's doing, as it only has a couple of cents away to start giving some signals out here. We had Pulte Home Group. Again, this is why I'm starting to think some of these things have rolled. Again, on a big day like this, busting 14,000 on the Dow. Everybody out here with the cheerleaders. This thing is not moving to really speak. Qualcomm, it was up. It's in this huge resistance level. We talked about that yesterday. Again, in that resistance level, about halfway through this gap that we talked about yesterday. So I think we're probably going to know Monday or Tuesday if we start seeing these things, actual buying come into these stocks. Probably going to be a lot different. Standard Pacific Corporation, another one of these things that look like it's kind of gotten to these tops and rolled over. SPF. For a day going up like this, we'll talk about it when we come back, but kind of Sherlock Holmes thing. We'll talk about it when we come back.
Are you looking for a precision edge in the market? Something that can stack the odds in your favor? Then look into Larry Pesavento's new trading newsletter, Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind. In each weekly issue, Larry explains what's going to happen in the markets based on the pattern he sees developing and gives you actionable trade ideas based on those patterns. Plus, you'll get his detailed analysis on a variety of markets and sectors, including stocks, treasury bonds, the gold market, oil, the dollar, the forex market, and more. And you'll get the Technical Corner segment, which is a short but powerful weekly training session on trading. You'll get access to all the patterns Larry is seeing in the markets, plus the Astro Harmonics and powerful Bradley stock market model that Larry utilizes for less than $5 a day. An extremely potent combination that will give you just the edge you've been looking for. Try patterns, profits, and peace of mind absolutely free for 2 weeks. Go to tfnn.com and click on the free trial link at the top of the page. That's an $85 value, yours free when you register right now. Get Larry's patterns, profits, and peace of mind and get the edge you've been looking for.
Tom O'Brien's weekly newsletter, The Gold Report, has helped subscribers for over 10 years navigate the high-risk world of exploring and producing gold companies. And now's a great time to sign up for a free month-long trial to see the kind of insight that Tom delivers for his subscribers on a weekly basis. Every Monday, Tom O'Brien issues a quick update on the metal market, giving you his take on the HUI, XAU, GLD, dollar, bonds, and much more. Tom follows Monday's update with a full gold report, which is delivered to subscribers Tuesday afternoon with detailed coverage of 24 separate gold or metal stocks, as well as another 10 to 15 stocks that he lets you know are on his potential watch list. Get your month-long free trial to the Gold Report today by visiting the front page of tfnn.com. Don't spend another year navigating the metal markets on your own. Act early in 2013 and make the most of your gold and metal market investments. David White's newsletter, The Technology Insider, is focused like a laser on finding the next big things in technology. If you had invested only $10,000 in Microsoft in 1986, you'd have been a millionaire by 2000. Disruptive technology like Microsoft's is the key to these massive long-term profits, and the Tech Insider is the vehicle from TFNN to capitalize on these opportunities. This is the go-to newsletter that identifies, monitors, and profits on mostly little-known cutting-edge companies with great long-term prospects. David's experience is as an inventor of Emmy-winning animation products for TV and Hollywood that propelled a company public. Match that with 14 years as a full-time trader, and he's uniquely qualified to guide you through the light-speed world of ever-evolving high-tech. If you're ready to ride the next big technology bull market for less than $40 per month, log on to tfnn.com and get your 2-week free trial to the Technology Insider. Get in on the ground floor of the next big thing today.
Let me tell you something, folks. I have people coming up to me saying, I just can't believe the amount of work that Steve does on his newsletter. And I says, I absolutely agree.
That is a recent clip from the Money Masters show that Tom and I do each day at TFNN. My newsletter service, Mastering Probability, is much, much more than a newsletter. Yes, it's outperformed the S&P 500 by 100% during the last 15 months. But more importantly, it's an extraordinary education, a roadmap for your success, and it's yours risk-free for the next 30 days. Just go to the homepage of TFNN.com and click on my name, Steve Rhodes, and then Mastering Probability, because everyone needs a success strategy. For most, it's a competitive edge, the will to win, the drive to overcome any obstacle. Whatever you call it, winners find a way. Find your way to Mastering Probability today, because your journey to extraordinary rewards is just one click away.
This segment is brought to you by TFNN. Test drive all the newsletters for free at tfnn.com.
We were talking a little bit about, hang on just a second. We got talking about Sherlock Holmes and the market. And one of his biggest books, I can't remember the name of it right now, I occasionally remember the book, was all about this guy that got killed. And the guy had a dog, and no one heard the dog barking. So he could infer, because the dog did not bark, that the dog knew who the killer. And it's kind of like in these markets when you see the volume doesn't come in, that you can infer that why it is going higher, there's no real additional demand at that level. In some of these stocks that we look at with huge moves, normally in a bull market what you'll get is 2-3 days of continued movement and then pull back to the breakout level. And, you know, do we have a couple more days for some of these to roll out? They do, but these are the stocks I'm looking at. Tractor Supply, TSCO, it's right up here to its high. It's broken above its high. It's broken above it with monster volume. We're not getting much of that today, and certainly no follow-through. So you want to get a sign of strength. Always liked Ken that comes on directly after me when he was talking about his IDB parameters, where he wanted to see 3-4 days of rally and signs of strength, and then buy on the pullback. But even in the broad markets, you wanted to see some kind of sign of strength and follow through. Not that you're going to buy this, but a lot of these stocks in the market, they have one day of volume like this. They get up to the top. They really aren't breaking out. They don't have any follow through, and they have a lot of gaps that seem to get filled out here. So, you know, would I be shorting this thing right now? No. A couple of days from now, could this get back to 95? Yes. Probably a lot weaker stocks in the marketplace. But it is tough to see these things out here. Again, you know, most of these stocks that have bounced over the last couple of days in earnings, not a lot of follow through. Another one in it is Under Armour. Nice little bounce on this thing. And again, you're basically into the wick of yesterday. Very light volume. Monday, Tuesday, this is fun buying. You should see a lot of people start pulling in. So it doesn't matter. Anyway, I have a goofy peanut gallery discussion going in the engineer's room. I'm not exactly sure what he says when he says, this one smells. Oh, okay. Under Armour. Oh, okay. So every once in a while he tends to be cute, and I have to slap him back down. We only have one sound effect. We're only allowed this one. Just a one laugh track out there all day long. But those are some of the stocks that we're looking at. Got about a minute and a half. Wanted to check back in with Apple. We're finally seeing some of these stocks come off the bottom in Apple, and maybe you're going to get a little bounce out of it. But, you know, so far I really don't see a lot into Apple out here. It is the most heavily owned fund stock out here, and probably still going to be a while for that consolidate. You might have some short-term moves out of this thing. But we see more stocks like Skyworks Solution bounce right back up to the top of its trading range around 24 bucks. Again, light volume today. You need to see volume Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and some kind of sign of strength. Again, a lot of these are coming back in with a just huge volume down days. In the case of Skyworks Solutions, SWKS, you're seeing that September 20th huge down day that had 34 million shares. We're getting into that last couple of days with what 13.5 million shares yesterday. What are we going to have today? 5 million shares. Just not a lot out there that makes me think we're going to see any kind of continuation. Like I said, you got about 2 days of support, natural support in the market. But that's it for this week. We will see you Monday. Same bat channel, same bat time. That's channel 14 on Tiger TV, by the way. We'll see you then. Have a great and safe weekend. And watch the Puppy Bowl with me on Sunday.